forward. The money kind of got to me. Getting the money by downgrading him, plus like no shots for like 3 games or something. Like in game week 26, I think I'd rather get Hazard in than Costa, which again is another option I'm looking at. The Barkley celebration was brilliant. It actually makes me want to bring him in, just because he did that. It's so cocky. Sorry, I stopped gloating now. It's not really gloating. He's got like 14 points for me over 5 weeks. He's still been an awful pick. How did you celebrate? Oh, I went pretty crazy in my front room. Yeah, Jesus seems nailed now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're going to say that and it'll all go Pete Tong. But keeping Aguero out for 2 games already, that's pretty impressive. Even if Aguero plays, he could still play on the wing, or like as an inside forward, or whatever position Pep wants to put him in. So it looks really good. And he's not a performing seal. No, I didn't dab. My little boy dabs enough for everyone in the whole world. Aguero to Madrid in the summer. Which Madrid? I don't know if he got how much. Sorry, how old is Benzema? I don't really follow La Liga. It almost always seems like everyone outside thinks Benzema should go, but actually he does pretty well for them. So obviously Ronaldo and Bale are the key men there. So he's 29. Aguero's like what, 28? Yeah, I don't know. I think he's more likely to go to Atletico maybe, or PSG. Aguero to Arsenal. Just don't see it. I mean, to be fair, that transfer room is now going to run the rest of the season, especially if Jesus keeps playing. I'm not too worried about Phillips. Obviously, the fact he hasn't scored any points in the last 4 weeks is a bit worrying, but everyone who's been watching West Brom that I follow, I've said he's been playing well. He's been a bit unlucky. He doesn't blank, so I'm just going to keep him for now, I think. How's it going, TM? I mean, obviously he's not blanking. He's going to play. There's a difference to like him and Morales, really. Morales I'm worried about. Yeah, Snodgrass is a good option, I think. He's got West Brom at home, right? Chelsea at home is not great. And 2 away games, but I think for 5.7, he's a decent option. I'd like Jakupovic in goal, actually. That's going to be one of those moves. See, if Heaton blanks in 28 and Pickford's not back, and if he blanks too, I'll probably just take a hit to get Jakupovic in because he's an okay longer term option at that price. He does have some pretty nice home games. So I can see me taking a hit for Jakupovic because you never want to make that goalkeeper move, but I'll just do it. Get it over and done with. You've just tweeted me. Oh, Dale, this isn't good. Bilic confirms Carroll injury. He felt a groin problem versus Middlesbrough today also. Hopefully he's going to be okay for next week. Damn, that's not good. Well, if you own Carroll. That's the problem with him. We said he was going to be potentially injury prone. I'll look at the tweets later on if we get a chance. Chat's quite active right now, so am I happy I kept Mkhitaryan? Mkhitaryan in. There you go, breaking news. Glad I could help you. We should thank Dale, really. So what do I do then? Do I bring in Sigurdsson for Morales? And then Jones out for Funes Mori? Seems like an okay move. -4, not great. Or do I just get rid of Ali? Could do Ali and Morales to Barkley and Sigurdsson. But I'd still like to do that defensive move. And I'd also kind of like to just play Crouch this week against Palace. Who would you bring Sigurdsson in for this week? Pogba or Coutinho? I want to say Coutinho, but Pogba's blanking twice probably. Spurs at home isn't great. And Arsenal at home. And Man City away in the next 5. That's a tough one. Probably the safer option, or the sensible option, has to be to get rid of Pogba, I think. But I wouldn't want to get rid of him this week. Yeah, people are talking about Sigurdsson captain. I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think most people that are talking about Sigurdsson captain will actually go through with it. Because Sanchez has just started up front. Yes, Arsenal did pretty bad, but it was Chelsea. You know, the best team in the league at the moment. So I still think he'll be up front against Hull. And yes, Hull have looked better, of course, but Arsenal at home, I know Sanchez has done better generally away, but he's still been performing at home. And he'll be up front. That's who I'm going to go for, I think. Or do I captain Mkhitaryan? Maybe. Probably not. For those concerned about the weather forecast, you watch Country File Weather. Now, were you watching that anyway, or did you watch it just for the stream? I mean, who here? I just type number 1 in the chat if you're seriously considering Captain Sigurdsson. Just a number 1 in the chat. Okay, Ricardo. I should write all these down. I should screenshot this and then see if you actually go through with it. I don't think it's crazy. I'm not saying it's a bad option. Like, Leicester are really poor right now. I just think Hull at home for Sanchez, which virtually all of those I'd imagine that most of those people that just press 1 have Sanchez. So, be interesting to see. Good luck with it, because hopefully he'll be in my team. So, I think I'd just be comfortable enough having him. I know it's boring, but I'm actually getting up to an okay rank now. Like, I'm slowly getting there. So Sanchez is a safer captain pick. That's very boring, though, isn't it? Why not Ibra captain? He's a good option too. I just think Sanchez is better. Thought we looked good at, we looked pretty good today. Obviously Leicester have been poor, so make of that what you will. It all depends how we line up. Once Mkhitaryan went number 10, he really just ran the game. We could have scored more. We should have scored more. But again, that's been like that all season. No, I know Hull have improved, yeah. For sure. I don't know. I don't know how you can say that Sanchez is a risk. I mean, this is a guy... Sorry, I'm just counting in my head. This is a guy who's blanked twice in 12 weeks. Home to Hull. I'm not writing him off. I think Marco Silva, right? He's come in and done well. Like, he's made Phil Thompson and Paul Merson look a fool. But Arsenal is still the better team. Sanchez will hopefully be up front. I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong. Hey Ken, how's it going? Oh, we both got the same amount of points. Interesting. Let's see who wins out by the end. I haven't been this high at this time of the season for a while, I think. Over the last couple. Yeah, that Merson and Thompson clip was just awful. They didn't even really have an answer either. Like, Jeff Stelling was like asking them, well, who would you get in instead? And it was always just, there's loads of choices, there's loads of options. They weren't really naming anyone. Salah, am I answering tweet? Yeah, I'll come on to tweets in a little bit. I just like to stick to the chat when there's when it's going quite quick. There's a lot of questions. Why was the Giroud goal annoying? Because you got rid of him. Don't come in here begging for subs. Like I said in the last stream, only one person can beg for subs, and that's me. And if you say it one more time, I'm just going to ban you. By the way, 485 subs, so if anyone's watching who doesn't have one, let's get to 500. Oh, you sold him for Benteke, ouch. But to be fair, that's just bad luck with that Giroud goal. It was the right choice to get rid of him. He didn't start, and he probably won't start going forward. Going forwards. So, I know it's hard to like think like that when you've got in a player that hasn't done anything, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, I linked my last 4 transfers out, and they were Giroud. Obviously, this week he scored, and I got Lukaku in, so obviously that's not a bad move. Carroll, who's done really well, didn't get me anything, but he scored like 4 after that. Sigurdsson, he's like scored twice and got an assist since I got rid of him, and then Hazard. So, it's just the way it goes. I mean, I've still been getting green arrows, I suppose, but I could be sitting here with Hazard instead of Ali. I'd be like 16 points better off, but can't have everything. Unfortunately, unless you're TM, he gets everything. Oh wow, you benched Alonso and got 93, wow. Nicely done. I know there was a few people last week saying about whether you should bench Alonso, and some of them had really good defences. Like they had like Brunt, Coleman, Baines and Alonso. And even then I was like, you should probably bench Alonso, but I would not like to be the one deciding that. TM, yeah you do, you're like super high rank. You must be making loads of good decisions. Although 72, I've nearly closed the gap to 100 now. Kane captain. So again, said on the stream last week that even with Kane, I thought Lukaku was a really good option, but I would have gone Kane too if I had him. Probably, because it was the safer pick. Generally late on Saturday morning, I think we all start questioning our decisions. But I even looked at the stats between Lukaku and Ibra for the last 2 fixtures, and Lukaku's stats were awful. And Ibra's, like the rest of the season, were really good. But at the end of the day, the only reason I went for Lukaku in the end and stayed on it is because of Bournemouth. So it's just luck of the draw. Thought it was a good pick. Never thought he was a 4-goal pick though. Sorry, quick minute typing. No, Salah, I was just saying that TM gets all like the decisions or whatever. I was only messing. Worth selling the Spurs mid for Sigurdsson? I almost don't want to answer that because it's Liverpool away. I don't really want to get rid of Ali, if I'm honest. I just think he's still a good option. If you've got both Spurs mids, then maybe it's a bit easier. Hey Craig, how's it going? Yeah, of course I'm worried about Morales' minutes. Yeah, have to be. I mean, my only hope is I think they switched back to 3-5-2 and did okay. I can't remember how many goals they conceded and scored when they switched back, so I don't know. But the only hope I think for Morales is that they switch back to that, and obviously that will also help out anyone that bought in Holgate. Alonso's just been a ridiculous pick. Now, I don't like using this term, but I think Alonso will be a season keeper for me. Can I pause the stream? I think you can go back and watch. I could be wrong. Damn, 490 subscribers. That means 5 of you wonderful people have subbed since I last begged for subscribers. I mean, the reason I think getting rid of a Spurs mid is really tough for Sigurdsson is that before 28 they have 2 pretty good home fixtures. I know Everton have been doing well defensively, but I still fancy Spurs in that game. And Liverpool don't keep clean sheets very often. So I'd find it difficult getting rid of Ali for Sigurdsson, to be honest. If he was blanking in 26, obviously it'd be totally different, but he's not, so... Alonso in the FPL team of the season would definitely be in mine. One of my favourite picks this year. And he's still a differential, that's what's crazy about him. I think sometimes we like get caught up in, I guess, the hardcore FPL manager bubble. And we think that everyone owns certain players, but they don't. Like even Chris Brunt. He is owned by 3.8%. And this is a guy that's averaging over 8.5 points per game at home over like 6 or 7 fixtures now. That's 2 clean sheets in a row now for West Brom at home. And they've got Bournemouth and Palace next. Like in 26 and 27. Obviously it gets tricky here, 28 to 31. Obviously you'll keep for 28 after that. Don't know, we'll have to see. We can subscribe, just don't kill us with ads. To be honest, I forget to play ads in this. The only time I look to do it is if I go on a quick break or whatever. Well, I might just turn off monetization. I only turned it on to kind of test what it was like. So no panic about that. Ericsson and Ali were unlucky not to get loads of points. Yeah, I've not actually checked the stats. I've not seen the games. I've got to start watching more football. I'm just finding it hard to get the time. Like I watched City today. I watched most of City and I watched all the United, but that's mainly because the missus was out and I was hungover, so I just slumped on the couch for all afternoon. How's it going, Red Canuck? Was there any talk on Stanislas? No, but he's got to be a worry now. Not only benched, but didn't come on at all. Not injured or anything. don't know. I think you probably keep and hope that Howe thinks they need him following that result. It's tough though. What's my opinion on Jesus? I think after last week saying I thought Aguero was going to start, it now looks likely that Jesus is actually going to keep starting, even if it's out on the wing. I think City are looking good right now. Well, they're looking better. I mean, still only managed 2 goals against Swansea, but they're looking better. Salah and Sterling are in decent enough form. Bournemouth is a great fixture, even if Man City are playing away, but they blank, so for me it's just not an option right now. Spurs will most likely blank in game week 28. Do I plan on getting rid of all my United and Arsenal assets before game week 26? Probably not, because that means 4 transfers in the next 2 game weeks, so I have to hit both weeks. And I still have Amat, who's not playing, so that means 10 straight away. I've also got Morales, who may not play, so that's 9. So that's spending 4 transfers and still only possibly having 9 players. I don't think is worth it. I will more likely keep 2 of them. I may keep Sanchez and Ibra, I don't know. I'll see. Although I'm gonna have to have a proper think about it, because there's a lot of transfers I want to make and there's only 2 weeks to do it. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not adverse to taking hits. I just don't necessarily want to take them for all those Man United and Arsenal players and still be left with a load of crap. I'd rather bench the United and Arsenal players and have a player out. Obviously, that if money allows, which it may not do. I think hits are fine generally to manage these blank game weeks. As always, depends who you're getting rid of, who you're bringing in, what the rest of the team looks like. Oh, you can get Sigurdsson for Darren Fletcher. Nice. Now that's a transfer worth doing. Although, obviously Fletcher doesn't blank. So maybe you might need him. Not in 26 probably, but 28 I suppose. Coleman, Sigurdsson in for Ericsson and Jones. I don't know, do you have a better way to get Sigurdsson than Ericsson? Wow, you got 9 players not blanking. That's nice. That might let you make some luxury transfers. Play Jacko against Arsenal or Valdez against Everton. I'd probably just play Valdez. I think go for the home man. Now, obviously, Jakubovic has got 2 clean sheets in a row, but I think Arsenal score in the next game. If you're happy enough to get rid of Ericsson, then sure, go for it. Am I only going with Alonso from Chelsea? No, I think I want Costa or Hazard back in. or Hazard back in, or maybe get Costa, but I don't know yet. Actually, when are the... Yeah, so after this week, we have a bit of a break. So the next time... So we'll probably do... I might do another stream after this time next week. Or maybe on the Monday, I don't know. The only problem then is... We're going into 26, and we still won't know who's not blanking in 28. So there'll be a lot of... We'll have to wait to the FA Cup. We'll have to wait for the FA Cup, so... Don't know, we might do one on Thursday or something before. Because we'll have a lot more info then. That 0.2 million you paid for Crouch have allowed you to go Jones to Coleman. That's the way it happens. I want to got those beautiful 11 points. I'll make even Zlatan and Sanchez for now. Like I said, I'll make a better decision once the FA Cup fixtures are done. I like the fact that Ibra has Bournemouth in 27 as well. I mean, I'll be quite happy if my mini-league get rid of Ibra and I keep him for Bournemouth. Yeah, FPL, you're right, Salah. Like saying before, it was who should you get in, Ali or Ericsson. Now it's who to get rid of. The FPL does change fairly quick, especially this season. Seems like it's more than ever, but I'm sure it's not. We'll probably go through this all the time. Yeah, Robertson for Jones sounds okay, but obviously you're probably better off playing someone else than Robertson this week if you can. Because it is Arsenal away. I think I'm keeping Ibra through both blanks. The non-blanks are nice. Yeah, they are. And we do usually see one or two players that blank do really well in the fixtures outside, but we don't know. Would you keep Rondon? He didn't... Did he start? I'm sure I saw someone say he didn't even start. Really been bad catching up on news this week. Oh, no, yeah, okay. I mean, personally, I don't think he's a good option. I haven't checked his stats for this week, but they were pretty poor last kind of 4 game weeks. I think the midfielders and defenders offer much better value from West Brom. But again, getting rid of him when he doesn't blank, it's a tough one. You wouldn't get Snodgrass until he's played his second game nailed on. Yeah, maybe. I think he's pretty safe in that team. How about doubling up on Chelsea defence? I mean, the amount of clean sheets they generally keep. It could be good, but the only reason I would probably hesitate to do that now is there's also other good defenders that are cheaper that aren't blanking, so maybe that would be a better option. Not much talk of Barkley. He's looked decent recently, I know. I have a bit of a pet hate for Barkley. He's one of those players that I get in and then does poorly. I already got him at the start of this season against my better judgment. And he did nothing and I had to get rid of him. So I'm a bit loath to go back to him, to be honest. Even though I know he looks like a good pick. Yeah, I think everyone has that with Barkley. Not people that have had him the last 4 or 5 weeks. Niang. What a great FIFA option. Yeah, anyone that's got Defoe have just done so well. Who would have thought he'd still be scoring goals all these weeks later? I think I said on the Scoutcast it. I think we were chatting about third forwards. And I said that Defoe's stats are really good, but I don't know if people would want to bring him in now. And lo and behold, 2 goals. The Crystal Palace are looking pretty poor. I'd like to just target Bournemouth at the moment, but it's not all that possible, unfortunately. Sigurdsson's going up tonight. Oh, I don't want to decide tonight. But I've already seen, like, where I'm struggling this week, that prices are hurting me already. Crouch captain next week. I don't think so. I probably will play him though. So I could even bench Morales and play Phillips. But then I don't have Sigurdsson. But Sigurdsson's just one man. What will he really get? Go into next week with 2 free transfers? Or just do... See, the thing is, if I ignore Sigurdsson this week, I can bench Morales, play Crouch, and do Jones to Coleman and play him instead of Holobas. Is that a good idea? No Sigurdsson. Bearing in mind, I would probably bring him in against Chelsea, where he'll probably do nothing. That way I can get rid of Mkhitaryan for him. I still have a bit of money saved up. Then I'd be keeping Sanchez and Ibra. Probably. So the 3 non-blank and cheap strikers apart from one of them are Karen and Llorente. There's Hernandez as well for Hull. Morrison looks like a better option than Phillips. Chadley's looking okay as well. The only problem with Chadley is he keeps going off early. And that's just frustrating. No matter how good he is and how many points you think he's going to score or could score in 60 minutes, you don't really want that. Obviously, you want him to play through to 90 minutes. Like, I wasn't really expecting Mkhitaryan to get to 90 minutes today, but he did. Which is nice. Is it possible that the 4 teams who blank in Game Week 26 have a double game week before the FA Cup teams do? I don't know in what scenario they'd have like a Game Week 33 double. I can't remember why Everton got it last year. TM might be able to remember. Do you think I should change the background track? Oh, sugar. I thought I had it on repeat. Like, there's like a huge playlist of songs that I can play. Well, it's not huge, but it's a playlist of songs that I'm like, allowed to play on stream. I thought I had it on repeat, but I had it on repeat 1 song. Hadn't even noticed, to be honest. Thanks for the heads up. Hang on, let me just change the track as well. I've taken that. There you go. Sigurdsson is a captain choice for 25, yeah. But it's not like I'm without captain choices. Even if I get Sigurdsson in, I won't captain him. It's going to take a lot for someone to sway me away from Sanchez, I think. Play Match of the Day theme on loop. Probably get a copyright strike for that. Yeah, Stanislas is like Morales. You don't want to get rid of either of them because they play in teams that aren't blanking, but the other annoying thing about blanks is having players that you can't guarantee that are going to play. So, could be worth getting rid. I certainly don't want to play Morales this week now. I'm worried enough about him. Hey Trevor, how's it going? My transfer... That's a good question. I don't know. It depends how much I want Sigurdsson. Which I obviously do want him. I mean, let's be honest, I want him for 5 out of the next 6 games. The problem is I don't really want him for Chelsea away. I'm just starting to think, can I just get away without Sigurdsson for the next 2 weeks? Then I'm going to probably need him in 26, aren't I? Oh, I don't know. I need more time to think about it, and don't have that time with him going up in price, really. Weren't you planning to transfer Mkhitaryan? Yeah, but then he scored 14 points. Because the reason I didn't get him out this week is because we had Leicester away, and now we've got Watford at home. That's a nice fixture, so I don't really want him out. Yeah, it is the perfect time to snap at Sigurdsson, but who do I get rid of? I don't know. Like I said already, I could do Morales to Sigurdsson. Bench Phillips maybe and still play Crouch, and then do Jones to Funes Mori instead of worrying about Coleman or Baines. But I mean, Coleman is the one I want, really. I don't see a better way of doing this. Funes Mori is 4.7 now, so even he's gone up in price. I think, wasn't Sigurdsson 7.1 recently? Probably when I sold him. And then he went, decided to start doing, oh no, he only went down to 7.2. See, I need 0.2 million from somewhere, and I don't think there's a very good way of doing it. Why don't you go for a whole defender? Yeah, there's no point in bringing the defender in this week for a hit unless I'm going to play them. And Holobas against Man United away is no better or worse really than Robertson versus Arsenal away. There's no reason to make that transfer really. Well, maybe longer term, the whole move is good. There's no reason to do it for a hit this week. I might as well just play Holobas. Which, again, is another option I've said already on the stream. Maybe I just don't take a -4 and play Holobas and just take the hit on the fact that Man United will probably score, Holobas will probably get sent off. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Just do Morales to Sigurdsson and then worry next week. Because next week I can start taking out players like Mkhitaryan. Which I don't really want to do, if I'm honest. Funny how our mind changed about holding finish. Yeah, but that's football, isn't it? Especially fantasy football. Got to get the players in at the time where they're good. Would you take a hit for Holobas to Coleman? Yes. Yeah, I do it right now. Well, I do it for Jones to bench Holobas, but yeah, if I had the money to do Holobas straight to Coleman, then I'd do that. Would bench Brunt or Funes Mori though? Okay. So 4 points to play Coleman against a tight side. Don't know about that then. But again, if he gets another assist, he's going to go up in price. So you're going to have to make an early transfer next week if he gets attack and returns again. Or even if he maybe just gets a clean sheet, because people are going to start loading up on those Everton players. What do I do with Evans? Yeah, is he ever not going to be injured? I don't know. In some ways, I think you probably get rid at this point. I don't know what the injury status is with him right now. But every week it seems to be, maybe it'll be this week, and then he gets a setback or whatever. He's just no good. Like he hasn't played for 5 weeks now. Watford have good fixtures. Yeah, that's what I mean. If I keep Holobas, I'm okay playing him in these 2 weeks. $0.2 million, that's all I need. Why are you thinking of getting rid of Holobas? I'm not really. Don't know. I mean, I think there's better options out there, but he's done okay for me, really. You can't hear me? You probably have it muted. It's definitely going out. Loud and clear. Or 495 subscribers, only 5 from 500. 500 in just over a month, that's not bad. Downgrade Crouch. No, but I want to play Crouch. Wait, what? I haven't actually muted myself. Oh, you've muted it. Yeah, cool. Wait, you're being serious about selling and downgrading Crouch, are you? But that's a -8 then. To take out Crouch when he has Crystal Palace to play Phillips against West Brom. Just to get Coleman instead of playing Holobas. That doesn't sound good. Not this week anyway. Pickford to Jaku 2 weeks ago. Well played. But did you play Jaku both those 2 weeks? Costa and for Kane? No, I don't think so. Not this week. I think, in some ways, I think playing Liverpool away is probably better than playing Burnley away, to be honest. I only got 2 home fixtures, so I wouldn't be getting rid of Kane. Is having 6 players enough for the Gameweek 26 blank? That sounds quite low. And when you think about it, there's only 4 teams missing. And like, this is, I'm just generalising here, but most people don't have a Man City player. Most probably don't even have a Southampton player. Sanchez from Arsenal, Ibra from Man United. That's only 2 players most people are worrying about, I expect. Maybe 2 or 3. So 6 players in Game Week 26, that sounds low. Especially when there's so many good teams that have matches. Oh, you meant 28. Again, that would depend. 6 still seems a little bit low. But we'll see. We'll see how many matches play first. Nine players for Game Week today. That'll probably be fine. We'll see. You got to think, probably one of those Premier League teams at least will lose. You need Coleman to outscore Funes-Mori by 4 points if you're going to bench Funes-Mori. Yeah, I mean, 6 is quite low, but my team is even worse right now. I think I only have 3 guaranteed players. With Amat and Morales being dodgy. Alright, let's Jesus. I don't think we got hardly any tweets last week. Or last stream. Maybe that's because it was Friday and everyone was already ready. Just open these up. Let's try not to say... Well, he's not blanking. This guy's not blanking. Get this guy because he's blanking. Wow. Loads. Jungle Joe, oh, you're just saying that you're looking good for the blanks. Valencia, nice pick. Carroll might be injured. We'll have to see. Morrison apparently is the new in thing right now. Benching Walker. Interesting. $2 million in the bank. Nice to fit. Oh, where's your... Yeah, Zaha. Suddenly, Crystal Palace don't look like good options, do they? Obviously, I would just, for now, just keep an eye on Andy Carroll and see if or when, how long he's out for. I don't think I'd necessarily want to get rid of Spurs. You could probably afford Zaha to Sigurdsson, right? Could look at that, maybe. But Kingsley's not playing, is he? So you're kind of stuck with a non-blanking team, but a player that's not going to play anyway. It's only 3.9 now. You probably don't need to worry about him straight away. What's that? Who are 3 extra players you want? If you've got Lukaku, Coleman, Sigurdsson, Brunt, Antonio, and Phillips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I know what you mean. This is the problem with 28. There will probably be someone else that's going to not blank. What you really want is like one of the, City, United, or Arsenal to somehow get knocked out. Obviously, Arsenal, it seems really unlikely, but you want one of them to get knocked out. If you don't want the headache. But obviously, the more they get through, the better the double game weeks are. Maybe that's where the real money is to be made. Any advice? To be honest, it's usually easier if you just tell me what you're thinking. Because otherwise I have to look through the whole team, work out what to do next. It's easier if you've got an idea. Scenarios. Like straight away I can see Coleman and Brunt looks good, obviously Louise as well. You've already got Sigurdsson in. Do you have 2 free transfers? Oh, doesn't say. No, you got a pretty nice team there for this week. If you haven't got 2 free transfers, I'd potentially just try and save for this week. 2 free transfers, you attempt to take out both of the Spurs boys. For who though? Sigurdsson and somebody? I mean, I'd be looking at maybe Rondon first. Davis is a problem because he's probably not going to play. And Evans. I mean, if you've got 2 free transfers, you can start making luxury moves instead. Like if you're thinking Evans is not going to be an option for too long, bring in a whole defender or something that you're just not going to play. I don't think there's a huge rush to get rid of Ericsson and Ali unless you really want Sigurdsson, and if you do, fair enough. Two free transfers. Yeah, similar thing really. It'd be good to know what you're thinking of doing, to be honest. Like, I don't know about doing Ali to Sigurdsson. I feel like there's a better way of doing it, but there isn't really. Unless you could downgrade David Luiz, but again, I'm not sure that's something I'd want to be doing. Is it crazy to get rid of Sanchez? I think it's crazy to get rid of him this week for sure. Streams before the double game week are going to be awesome. They're going to be chaos. Because if they go the way we think they're going to go, there's going to be so many options. I'll be sat here like probably on the wildcard stream, so maybe the week before they'll just constantly changing. Won't even have time to chat. You'll just be watching me change my team. This is more like a question. Which take a -4, Morales to Siggy and Coutinho to Snodgrass. That's an interesting move. I kind of like that, to be honest, because I think Snodgrass is a good option. Liverpool look rubbish right now. And the fixtures aren't great. And Morales to Siggy is something I'm considering myself. So yeah, I quite like that. What to do for a local FPL tournament? What to do with a free transfer? Double up on Chelsea, but who would you get rid of? No, I don't think you need to double up on Chelsea right now. You got 1.6 you've already got Sigurdsson. So that strike force, I guess you're playing 4-5-1. Maybe look at shipping Morales to somebody. Snodgrass potentially. Maybe even just upgrading to Barkley. You could play Crouch this week though. I don't know if you desperately need to change one of these defenders, but Crystal Palace, watch out for them and Van Arnold. Oh, 7 notifications. Sell come tonight. Jesus or Costa? I think I would go Costa, because he doesn't blank, right? Yeah, Sigurdsson definitely going up. What about other players I'm looking at? Okay, Coleman, not yet. He's only just gone up. Yeah, if anyone else tweeting, just ask me what I think. Generally, they're going to be okay. It's better just to ask if they've got a transfer in mind or something like that. I mean, this one, you're probably okay just to keep Stanislas for now and hope for the best, but obviously losing his place this week wasn't cool. I'd probably play Zaha ahead of him anyway this week. I mean, you've got, obviously Cedric's going to blank, Holgate's just lost his place, so you're relying on him going to 3-5-2. Allen is probably not a good pick right now. So that's probably the ones to concentrate on. Plus Stanislas. So I don't know how much you got in the bank, but you might want to start thinking about them. Who to captain? That's up to you. I like Sanchez. Do you play Jackie? No. I think you play Foster instead. Oh god, that's hard to read. In a way, we need players like Sigurdsson, Lukaku and other players who aren't blanking to tick along so that casuals don't get them. Yeah, but Sigurdsson's done quite well for a couple of weeks now. He'll start getting noticed anyway. And I mean, it's ticking along and then there's scoring 4 goals. Everyone's going to be looking at Lukaku right now. Casual or not. Jesus, this makes my head hurt trying to read this question. How is that 5 transfers this week? Carroll might be injured. 5 transfers sounds like a lot to me. I would possibly rethink that unless I'm missing something there. Sorry, I'll try and try and catch up on the chat a sec. That's what I don't like. I like doing the Twitter thing, but I miss out on all the chat, so I can only look at one thing at once. Felix, how's it going? You missed the start. What transfer am I planning? Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck. I'm thinking of taking Morales out for Sigurdsson, playing Crouch instead of Phillips, and then possibly just playing Holobas, maybe doing Jones to Funes Mori for a hit. But I don't know. Don't know about that. I might just play Holobas and realise that I'm basically playing with 10 men. I quite like Morales to Sigurdsson. I don't know what I would do with Mkhitaryan next week then, though. To be honest. Because let's just say... Okay, let's do this. Let's say I bench Sanchez, Ibrahimovic, and Mkhitaryan. That looks pretty bad for game week 26. Jones is Funes Mori. Amat still needs to go. I've got less money because I've done Morales to Sigurdsson. I think Mkhitaryan has to go to clear money. But who'd you bring in? Barkley? I really don't want to bring in Barkley. Yeah, I'm really struggling for my own transfers this week, to be honest. I think I do Morales to Sigurdsson, but I can't get my head around what that means after that. Anyway, it bored people enough for what I'm doing. Snodgrass, yeah, Snodgrass or Barkley, I suppose. I suppose Snodgrass. That would really give me some good money, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. While you've reminded me of him. Wow, Sigurdsson's the 5th highest scoring midfielder. Sanchez is already on 168. Wow, he's going to smash 200. Yeah, I think I will do the Sigurdsson transfer, because I think I'm doing that regardless of anything else. So let's say I do Mickey to Snodgrass. That's going to leave me a lot in it, 3.9. So that's potentially Coleman and Baines. But that'll be a -8 next week, I don't know. A -8 to bring in 2, they are playing Sunderland, but obviously they have Defoe. Oh yeah, Antonio, of course. Sanchez out for a Man City mid. Not sure if Sanchez can get anything against Hull. Why? That's not a good transfer because Man City blank as well. So you're basically making a one transfer in the hope that a Man City midfielder outscores Sanchez against Bournemouth. I'm not sure about that myself. Yeah, Antonio is an option as well. I think that's probably the plan. Morales to Sigurdsson. And then worry about the rest next week. That's the way in FPL. Try and put it off as long as possible. To be honest, I don't mind the Antonio price. Like Mkhitaryan's 8.8 million. Like I've lost a bit of money on him, but don't mean I can downgrade to any of them. Why don't someone's tweeted me actually? Why don't I play Jones if he's fit? Yeah, I mean that is a good point. Just whether he'll get straight back in the team. He may do. But I could obviously risk that. Risk playing him. If he doesn't play, I get Holobas. It's not the worst thing. Ibra is dropping. To be honest, I don't mind that much. That means people are getting rid of a very good striker for this week. Did you have Lukaku for this week or did you transfer him? I don't know, let's see. Only because you asked am I going to show this. Oh yeah, 93 point spam. I had him, captain. Yes, Carl Pilkinson. Well, he's not definitely injured, but apparently he's been... Yeah, he's felt a groin problem. So, make it out what you will, I suppose. Seegan coming in for Jones and Ericsson. Fair play. Smalling and Bailly will play now until something goes wrong. Oh, what makes you so sure of that? I mean, I think Bailly will definitely play. But I think Jones, maybe longer term, could come in for Smalling. Maybe not this week if he's just back from injury. Because the problem with Jones is he is quite injury prone anyway. Smalling not quite as bad. United players minutes reduced ahead of League Cup final. Potentially some of them. Which one? See, obviously, what for next? Oh yeah, I forgot Europe's back. Oh wow. So between the next two... Wait, hang on a sec, where's the next league game? Am I going crazy? Of course they blank, idiot. I was wondering where it was. Yeah, there's quite a few games. I mean, the League Cup final was a long way away. I don't think that's going to matter. I mean, it's 5 days before the European game. I think we're alright for this week, to be honest, for the most part. I could do Holobas to Chambers. Yeah, but Chambers could blank, so I don't really fancy that transfer, I don't think. Plus, I'm hoping Lukaku scores this week, of course. It's 84. Oh, now 79. Yeah, it goes up and down. Weirdly, in the analytics afterwards, there's always like a peak higher than you actually see while watching. I guess it can't update that number quick enough. Like at one point earlier, it was up at 94, I think, 92 or 94. $498 subscribers now. Only 2 more of you lovely people have to sub. And I'll be hitting 500. Yeah, Trevor, you're right. Snodgrass could be good. But like other people have said, Antonio could also be a nice option. Felix. Can we all take a moment to remember an FPL legend, Sergio Aguero? I know. I was actually thinking, now obviously the fact that Lukaku scored 4 goals helped this thought, but I was thinking it's actually quite nice not to pick Aguero captain every week. So I mean, last year on the Scoutcast, I remember like it was almost pointless asking like myself, Mark, John T, who we captained. It was always Aguero. And like I know we all captained Lukaku this week, but when me and Johnny said it, Mark was a bit like, will you actually do that? Obviously he did it as well in the end. But it's just a bit more interesting. Topless after hitting 500. Hell no. Boom. 500. Thank you, thank you. Right, now I can log off. See you later. That's my goal done with this channel. No more streams. Yeah, Lukaku could do well against Barrow, but they are quite tight at the back. Okay, so... No, I'm joking, Salah. I was saying I've hit 500 subs now, so no more streams. That's my mission accomplished. I was messing about. Gotta get to 1,000 now, right? Sorry, won't be a second. Just need to save something. Oh yeah, what was I looking at? So when hasn't Smalling played? Quite a lot. So he only played against Stoke and Leicester recently. Stoke, Leicester and Middlesbrough. Gotta remember how to navigate this site a sec. So I don't think Jones doesn't get back in. See, so he's only played like 3 games around here, and he was obviously came back from an injury here. But he's not been injured, and Jones and Rojo have been keeping him out of the team. So I don't see why Smalling suddenly has that spot nailed down. I think Jones could come back in and play with Bailly. Really do. I said on a video recently that I think Jones may even be second choice at this time. Smalling's not captain. Rooney is captain. Smalling stood in for him today though. Sigston looks a decent differential captain. And he could be, yeah. It depends how much you need a differential. Really. Yeah, but the vice captain thing doesn't matter. Rooney doesn't get in the team and he's club captain. So, I think that's a null argument, to be honest. Yeah, Smalling's... he played for a bit, but when he got injured, he didn't really get back in until Jones got injured. So maybe he will keep the place and see if he can take the chance, I suppose. But I think, I don't know, Jones done okay. It's worrying now, to be honest. I'm only keeping Jones potentially for this week, and then he's gone anyway, so... we'll see. Joe Brenner. Just on Sigurd and Valencia, in for Aki and Firmino, -4. That sounds like pretty good, but obviously Valencia's about to blank. And you don't have cover. So you got... oh, sorry, yeah, of course you got Lovren. What should I do with my final? I don't know. Have a think. Let me know what you're thinking. Leicester will fight for their lives against Swansea. I don't think Swansea will score a lot of goals. Yeah, I mean, Swansea don't necessarily need to score a lot of goals. I think Sigurdsson's involved with like 50% of all their goals, which is pretty impressive. So if they score 2 goals, there's a chance, a good chance, that he's scored or assisted one of them. And that kind of price, you're not expecting braces every week. And I don't know if Leicester can suddenly just fight for their lives. And they're looking so bad. I mean, there's rumours, and maybe it was just bad translation or wasn't explained properly. There's rumours that the players are kind of not completely happy with the manager, etc. And they're trying to get rid of him. And they've also got Champions League about to come back. So is their mind on that? Don't know. So I think Sigurdsson basically is a really good option this week. What's the deal with Mourinho and Martial? Yeah, I don't know. Mourinho made a point today of saying that he kind of protected Mkhitaryan at the start. So some people have been saying like maybe that's a hint towards Martial, as in he's just making sure he can get the best out of him long term. I don't know. It's a bit worrying because he seems like a talent. I'd rather have Martial in there than Rashford. Rashford's still a lot. He's just quite a raw young player right now, I think. Yeah, Dini's looked better recently. Leicester will win the Champions League and get relegated. That would be brilliant, to be honest. I'd be very impressed if they do that. Jesus or Jesus. So I'm never going to get that, am I? Jesus. Captain anyone? Yeah, he's a fair enough captain choice this week, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Mkhitaryan being benched early on is now looking good for him. Like, he's been playing well for the last kind of 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, as well as, like, someone in Man United can, because we haven't been great. It certainly doesn't look like it's affected him long term, anyway. I mean, to be honest, he seems like a pretty decent bloke, Mkhitaryan, anyway. So it doesn't strike me as someone that would moan about being benched. Oh yeah, we showed the Let's Talk FPL league table earlier. I've climbed right up now. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm 4th. There we go. That was a good time to start the league. Can I go top next week? Well, I'm going to be captain Sanchez while everyone captain Sigurdsson, so maybe. Patrick Stewart is now top of the league. Oh, Felix, that's why we wanted to see it. Yeah, afraid so. You go second with a poor 78. Where did you go wrong? Let's have a look. Unlucky. Still, you got a nice team going forward. Valencia's have been a really cool pick. Assist and clean sheet. Is Josh King going to keep playing up front though? Obviously, I know Wilson's out, but Afobe's not playing, is he? Or Afobe? Is it Afobe? I quite like Josh King. I think he did well for a while last year, didn't he? But then he went off the boil pretty quick. Oh, Fozzie, you're only ranked 72. You're going to have to do better than that. We'll be stripping moderation privileges. Oh, excuse me. Yawning already. The league only started basically at 23 this week and last week. Sorry, I know typing's annoying. The code is in the description just underneath the stream, if you need that. I think there's actually... Hang on a second. I've seen some leagues where you can just get people to auto join if they click a link. Don't know how that works though. Not sure. I joined a league. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at it on the wrong screen so you can't even see it. Like I joined a league for a pub. Can't remember what the prizes were, but I'm smashing it. 18 wins. This is the classic league. There's someone doing really well in this. Oh, I'm catching him up. Very nice. Wonder what that pub will give me. Trying to be neutral about it. Where do you think you'll finish? Good question. I mean, obviously, I'd like to finish top 10k. I should be able to finish top 10k from where I am now, but I think my team does look a bit dodgy for 26 and 28. Especially 28. I think it's going to be could be a problem. But should that 1 week affect it? I don't know. Still got double game weeks to go, so I think I should make it into top 20k unless I do anything really stupid. But we'll see. Could all go downhill. I like to do top 10k because it started off really badly again. I've just been clawing it back. I've already finished inside the top 10k once. I think I could have done it in other seasons, but once I win mini leagues, I just kind of switch off and start taking hits. That's my excuse anyway. Villaronga had a bad week, did he? You're allowed a bad week when you're Villaronga. Yeah, I'm the same as TM, I just don't rate Barkley. Maybe I should. Everyone's saying he's playing better right now. You had Lukaku and Jesus. Are you captain Firmino? I mean, it was Holloway, I suppose, but damn. Well, the way to look at it is, surely this week can't be as bad, right? It can only get better. Evans to Neon or too risky? That's not really risky. I mean, Neon's a guaranteed starter. I don't think he's that injury prone compared to Evans. Obviously, it's a bit sideways. I don't know if any other Evans owners have probably been tracking the news a bit more. What's the chances of him starting this week? But he's a bit of an annoying player to own, to be honest. Why do you want me to look at your team so much? Oh shit, I always do that. You only got 90. Yeah, team looks good. There you go. Well, you need a way to get Singleton. You probably already know the way. You get rid of Ali or Hazard. If you want to do it for Stanislas, you've got to downgrade someone, and you're not going to want to downgrade anyone else. So, how much do you want Sigurdsson is the question. Sorry, typing. BDA, you kept Aguero instead of buying and captaining Lukaku. Oh, that's so hard. I really thought Aguero was going to start. Like, I really did. Like, you have to get rid of Aguero now. Like, even the most die-hard Aguero fan cannot justify keeping him. He's 12.8 million, he's not even starting. And he's got a blank in game week 26. I saw some quote earlier on like a tweet that was saying Aguero was saying that he has to learn from Jesus. And to me it looked like a misquote, but I don't know if he was being sarcastic. He'll soon be 12.7. Well, then he becomes a bargain, and I might look to bring him in. Ozil to Hazard for -4. Yeah, Ozil's not a great pick, is he? But he does have Hull. Hazard has Burnley away. Is it worth a -4? Long term, it could be. I guess I just make the Sigurdsson move now. I just have a feeling if I get Sigurdsson in for Morales, there's something I'm missing I should be considering, or Morales is going to play next week. I mean, to be fair, he's not been... This is the longest run of starts he's had. Like, all season. 6. I don't know. Sunderland at home in 26 is nice. Yeah, bonus points. Good point, you reminded me about that. Why is there so much moan about the bonus points? I don't understand it. It seems to me it's when the larger FPL accounts, when it doesn't work out for them, they start moaning about it. I get that Giroud got a bonus point for Connor, but he came on and scored. And, okay, fair enough, he didn't play for the whole game. Maybe there's a slight tweak that can be made. Because I know Fantasy Football Fix said they were going to do an article on it. I'd be really interested in seeing it. But they need to... So if they're going to make tweaks, so say Giroud doesn't get a bonus in that game, and like Alonso does, for example, then they need to make those tweaks for a whole bunch of games that have already been played to see how that affects them. And whether that's a good thing or not. Like, a lot of the moaning was that Alonso got no bonus points when he scored, but he lost his clean sheet. So his points have come from the goal. The problem with bonus points is that it penalises attacking players too much for negative actions. Yeah, Chamberlain got 2 bonuses, fair enough. Did he actually keep him though in the end? I know he was on for him. No, he didn't get anything in the end. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think people started moaning about Chamberlain before they were confirmed. He didn't get a bonus. Hazard got 3, Monreal got 2, Giroud got 1. Chamberlain got none. I think Chamberlain was down for 2 until it got revised. Yeah, Monreal got an assist, so he obviously did other stuff well during the game. And obviously, yeah, he conceded 3, so I can see where like people are annoyed that Alonso didn't get more. But I mean, how often do we think, oh, the bonus points need reworking? Because it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks that I've seen people really moaning. out of like 24 weeks. So were the rest of the weeks fine? Zuma played 3 minutes and got 7 bonus points. Costa made 90 plus and got 2 assists and got 8. Yeah, I guess Costa did loads of stuff wrong then, yeah, like you're saying. But did he do much else? I mean, obviously in that scenario, neither Zuma or Costa got bonus. It's not like Zuma came on and got bonus. And Costa obviously got points for the assists. And yeah, this is the thing. People are moaning before they've even... Like, not you, like, on Twitter, they're already moaning about Ox and tweeting out that he's got 2 bonus before it's even confirmed. I don't know. Maybe there's a few tweets, but generally I don't mind. Like, at the end of the day, the way it is now is much better than man in stands for me. Because people are tweeting that this is subjective, but it's absolutely not. Obviously, it's subjective that someone had to make the rules. But other than that, we know exactly why a player gets the bonus points they do. There's nothing subjective about that. Anyway, won't bore you with bonus points. Cheers for subbing. Tweak a bit more for super subs. Yeah, maybe there could be some tweaks. But most of the time, people don't suggest tweaks. They just say it needs to be changed because X player didn't get the bonus that they wanted them to get. City potential double game at 37 can be Stoke and Leicester at home. That would be nice. Telling you, Jesus will be our captain in one of the double game weeks. Why do you want to take... Don't take out Coleman. Just keep Coleman. You have to keep him. Makes no sense to get rid of him. Everyone will be saying they're not putting Jesus in right now, but that will change. I think. Right, I'm going to start winding down at this point. It won't be another 4-hour stream. We talk about anything now though. FPL or otherwise. Yeah, Jesus is... I don't think he's a bandwagon, but always got to be careful of players that suddenly start scoring. But he does seem like a genuine talent. Oh yeah, I should make my transfer, shouldn't I? To be honest, I might not make my transfer on the stream because I just want to make it without thinking about anything else because I feel like I'm missing out a scenario. Damn, that was a lot of questions all of a sudden. What do I think of today's 3-0 victory? Do you think we can get top 4? Or do you think we will get top 4? I think we can get top 4. I think Liverpool are bottling it right now. They look a bit tired. I don't think they're going to go, obviously they're not going to go on losing for the rest of the season. So I think Spurs, City and Chelsea will get it. Just between Arsenal, United and Liverpool. I think Liverpool will miss out. Then it's between United and Arsenal. That's tough. It's going to be tough to get top 4. We really need to start taking advantage of the fixtures we have now because the last like 2 or 3 weeks, sides have dropped points, and we haven't capitalised until today. Because our run at the end is quite difficult, so. So I think we can. Will we? Hopefully. That's an awful answer, I know. Andy, do you not find giving away your subs every week hurts your main league, the league you most care about? I'm winning that, actually, funnily enough. And actually, one of my mates that watches this, he kept Aguero because he was such a differential, so there you go. I said on the stream last week that actually, when you're like really at the business end, right at the end of the season, then you probably want to keep it a bit tight to your chest. But at the same time, sometimes giving away the info, there's 2 things that people chasing you or playing around you will think is: 1, is he telling the truth? And 2, they'll start second guessing their transfers because of yours. So, don't know. I think I don't think it's a huge issue. I mean, there's a few prizes up for grabs in my mini leagues, but like I like coming on doing this. Obviously, if I just come on and say to you guys, not telling you what I'm doing, I don't think that'd go down very well, right? I don't want to do that anyway, so. Spurs and Chelsea are the only ones guaranteed top 4. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United still fighting. I think City, though, will come good, to be honest. We'll see. Obviously, United are unbeaten for like a lot of games now. Sorry, when I said like we'll wrap it up, there's a few more questions. Suddenly loads of questions come in. The Pats or Falcons Super Bowl time? I have no idea. I'm not watching the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, United fan, you've asked that question loads of times. Don't get rid of Coleman, everyone's already told you. United have Europe. Yeah, it could be a bit annoying for like players like Mkhitaryan maybe, but like Pogba and Ibra are going to play every Premier League game, I think. I mean, Mourinho would definitely want all the trophies he can get, but getting top 4 to the club is bigger than getting the Europa League. Although, did you get a Champions League spot if you win the Europa League? Can't remember. Oh, Arsenal fan TV is so funny. Like they go on before about how Arsenal are going to win. They come on after like, I told you we were going to lose. Same old, same old. Just awful. How do you feel about Mata? Had lots of chance today. Mata's the same as he's ever been this season. He's a really good... like when he plays, he's a really good option. He's always in the mix, assist goals, but he's not nailed, so you can't get him. It's a real shame because he'd be a great option at that price. Yeah, Stanislas is a tough one. I find it hard to believe he's completely lost his place. But he's similar to me with Morales. Like, he may win his place back, but I'm always going to have that doubt in my mind. And I want players that definitely aren't going to rank. Okay, so they do get Champions League, fair enough. And obviously, we'd like to finish top 4 anyway, but it'd be nice to get into it through the Europa League. I'm sure Mourinho wants to win as much as possible. So I'm just going to take a quick screenshot of my team. Oh, okay, Sevilla. Didn't Sevilla win the Europa League like 2 or 3 times in a row? That's pretty weird. Sorry about that. Am I streaming on Friday? I don't know actually. Probably. I want to try and be consistent, but I need to see. No, I probably will be. Actually, because my missus is going away the next day, so she'll need to be in bed early. We'll see. Probably. Why'd you doubt it, TM? Only 1 point difference between United and Liverpool. Yeah, but I mean that we should have caught up a while ago, to be honest. At least like 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago. Which way round is best for triple captain and bench boost for game week 34 and 37? That depends how the fixtures fall. I haven't even bothered looking at that yet. No, but I always stream just before the deadline. I usually do 2 a week, one straight after the deadline and one just before. Yeah, I saw that John who wants to captain Sigurdsson. He might do. I mean, Leicester's defence is really bad. I love this guy. Look at this tweet. He's I think he works for Opta. Duncan Alexander. Where's he gone? There you go. Henrik Mkhitaryan now has as many Premier League assists as Ty Gooden and Ali Al Habsi. What a legend. Ah, the week after, yeah. That will have a bigger time between streams. I'll probably still do one like now, but probably on the Monday, if I do one at all. And then I'll wait until just before the deadline, so there'll be I probably won't do one in between. But if I have my capture card, maybe I'll stream some FIFA or something instead. Early score prediction for Liverpool versus Tottenham. I think there could be goals in that one. I mean, it usually is in Liverpool games. I can see Spurs getting the win, but it really depends if Liverpool can get their act together or not. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Sunday's a good night to do it after the FA Cup games. Hang on, I'm a bit confused about when all the matches are. Let me have a look. I mean, either way, should definitely, obviously you should subscribe and follow me on Twitter, because Twitter's usually where I announce when we're playing. Okay, they're on the 18th and 19th. Is that all 8 games? Oh, there's one on Monday, of course there is. Well, I suppose the Monday one, we're pretty much assuming that Arsenal are going to win that. So yeah, maybe I'll do one on Sunday. So that'll be this Friday. This Friday on the 10th. And then Monday on the 13th maybe. And then maybe Sunday on the 19th. So that'd be pretty much sticking to the normal schedule. So that'd be 19th after the matches. And then the 24th. Yeah, that sounds good. If people are up for that. It'd be good doing it after the Sunday games because there'll be a lot more to talk about. Or at least we can make some final decisions. Ish. Probably still be sitting on the fence. Sunday is best for the DZ crowd. Yeah, I mean, it showed up to 90 people plus watching. We may have hit 100 watchers at peak. How can you improve your midfield? You probably can't really. Nice midfield. Congratulations. Worry about it next week. It looks good for this week. Try and squeeze KDB in. Quick thing before we shoot off. What do people think of the 3-5-2 versus 3-4-3 thing? Because I'm not sure if there is suddenly loads of forwards I want. I mean, sure, I've got Ibra and Lukaku, and it'd be nice to have Kane or Costa, but Ibra will possibly need to go, so he can make way for Costa or Kane. Whereas in midfield, for attackers, especially for ones that aren't blanking, like if you're happy with players like Barkley, Antonio, Sigurdsson, and then still having players like Sanchez in there, I don't think 3-5-2 is dead as it's being made out to be. Oh, everyone's playing 3-4-3 though. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I just don't know which third forward I would get in, to be honest. Rondon though, I really don't want to play Rondon if I'm honest. Yeah, the foe is annoyingly... Mark has done Ali for Sigurdsson. How do you know he's done that? Okay, so there's a few still playing 3-5-2. I mean, let's say I do Mkhitaryan to Carroll, right? To Tom Carroll. That gives me 10.2 million up front. It's not enough for Costa or Kane. Oh, 0.2 million off again. He's done Ali to Sigurdsson. Wow, okay. I think I want to keep Ali. What's the best score I've got? 94, I think. Okay, so a good few people doing 3-4-3. Still not sure myself. The Everton youngster, Holgate. I'm just checking something a sec. Am I missing something on this Siggy hype? Maybe, yeah. Leicester are rubbish. Sigurdsson's in form. Here's all set pieces. I think a lot of people had him already and they're just a bit annoyed. Like myself, that we got rid. And they did really well. Oh, Espen, that's cool. The song that I played on Friday is made by your friend. Very nice. Hope he doesn't mind me using it. It should be credited. Is it really an advantage having many players playing in Gameweek 28? Those players aren't normally players you would have. So to fix that, people can use their wildcard. It depends which ones you got, to be honest. If Leicester keep losing, how long does Ranieri stay? I hope they stick with him. I think he can get him out of this rut. He won the league last year. Till he wins the Champions League, yeah, then get rid of him. Sack him the day after. Oh, Sigurdsson doesn't play for Spurs anymore. Andy Carroll looks a shot, yeah, but he might be injured. Andy Jones to Calmer, but then I'm stuck. Can bench Morales, I suppose. No, I think I'm doing Morales to Sigurdsson. Has Vieronka done two free transfers, or has he taken a hit? Andy News. Yeah, thank Ben Dinnery for that. Two free, okay, classic. Didn't think he would have gone out off the norm. Bring in Mawson. Yeah, he nearly scored today. We had a good chance at least. Yeah, I never thought actually I could bring in a Swansea defender. They'll have to play him against Chelsea. That's just bad news, isn't it? You going to the Man United match? You should have said. Right. I think I need to switch off. I have work tomorrow and I still have stuff to do before I go to bed. Sigurdsson is rising, yeah. Two West Brom defenders. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a think about my team. I kind of want to make that Sigurdsson move before tonight. I might just make that and then have a think on defenders. Because I don't think anyone else is rising that I need to worry about. Jesus, not getting him right now, not getting Costa. And that's probably it, so. Anyway, cheers for tuning in. Go and hit the like button if you haven't already gone. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will probably be back on Friday, but follow me on Twitter so you know for sure. If that's cool. Yeah, hit the like button. Loads of people hit the like button on the last stream. It's cool. Much more than usual. Right, switching the off button. Cheers all, appreciate you tuning in. Put the sunglasses on. This is how I'm going to go to sleep tonight. Like this, peace. That's not peace, I don't know what the hell that was. I'll catch you guys on Friday. Hopefully on Friday. The like button, the thumbs up button, Tim. Alright, catch you guys later.